Okay, this is the what to do video for the Supreme Court case exploration that will be due in April. You want to write down notes to remind yourself what to do so you don't have to keep watching this over and over again. Video task, Supreme Court case exploration. I'll get you a due date later. I just know it's going to be due in April. So I'm going to click here, and then some of this is going to look familiar. It gives you the scoring here about how you can get anything from the 55 up to 100. So that information is there for you. Part 1 through Part 6, you should have already done in class. That was to get your law degree, but if you've not done that, the information is here. This is the video you would use to get Parts 1 through 6 done. The resources are all here, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, all the way down to Part 6 where you meet with me. And so that is all there. I'm going to not spend time going through that again on this video because all that information you can get right here on how to do that. If you have questions about it, please let me know. But this video is going to focus on Part 7. So for the rest of this video, I am assuming you have completed Part 6, and that means that you have your law degree. You've sat down, you've defended all this like you were supposed to do, shown me an understanding, and at that point with your law degree, you can see that completing Part 6, you have a 75C. So if you want to get a grade better than that, you're going to have to do Part 7. And Part 7 asks you to do the following. This is new information. Select an important U.S. Supreme Court case and identify the following. You may come to me if you want to, but there's a lot of Supreme Court cases. And so I'm going to let you go find one on your own. In the end, you're going to be responsible for understanding it, for coming and explaining what you found about it. But you're going to pick the case, and so it could be a case about all kinds of issues that the Supreme Court has ruled about throughout its history. Here's what you need to find. I want to know the case name. What is the name of the case? It'll usually have a V in the middle of it. I want to know the parties. Who were the parties involved? And so it was this group against this group. Those would be the parties. I want to know what was the issue, or what were the issues, what was being argued before the Supreme Court, what were they deciding on? I want to know the facts. So you're going to look at what was argued and what are some key facts. What are the things that stand out as important facts in the case? And then I want to know what argument each side made. What was the argument of one side? What was the argument of the other? And so you're going to find this information. You're going to have to kind of put it together and really understand what the case is about. Here's the facts. Here's the arguments. I want to know what decision the majority made. And so how did the court rule? And I want to know a little bit about what their reasoning was. Why did they rule that way? If it was not a unanimous decision, there will be some kind of dissenting reasons. A reason given, at least one judge will write a dissenting opinion, and he will explain why the majority is wrong. What is his or her logic is to do something different. I want you to tell me what precedent was set by that case. How did they set a pattern to be followed later? And also what impact that case had. What was the effect of it? And then your opinion. This is going to take a little bit of time to find these things. I'm not asking you to be a legal scholar and have perfect detail, but when you come to see me, either A, you will have found some kind of basic information that you don't really understand, and you'll come and talk to me about that, and you'll probably end up somewhere with a solid B, a partial presentation for Part 7. I might ask you some follow-up questions and see what you can clarify, but somewhere in that neighborhood of an 85. If you come and sit down with me and you have clear understanding of the information here, I start asking you questions about the fact, the opinion, all these different things, and you're really able to discuss it in detail, then you're going to end up in this 95 range. And it could go up to 100 depending on how outstanding your presentation of the material is. It's not a formal presentation. It's kind of like getting your law degree. You come and sit down with me and discuss what you found. You could bring your notes, but in the end, you have to show me an understanding. Just reading off your paper is going to leave you somewhere in probably the 85 range. If it's obvious you don't understand any of what's on your paper, probably closer to 80. As you have questions, please let me know. This is definitely something you want to get busy on, so you can come and meet with me while time is available. And that's the Supreme Court case exploration. Find a case, find out about it, and put the information together. Again, to do that Part 7, you must have completed your law degree. So don't do that until you've presented and gotten your law degree. Again, if you have questions, just please let me know.